In the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjun breaks down. He drops his bow, he sits down in his chariot, and he tells Krishna that I cannot fight. The warrior, who had never once feared a battle in his lifetime, is suddenly paralyzed by grief, doubt, and confusion. And what Krishna says next changes the way we think about life, death, purpose, and fear. Because according to Krishna, the thing we fear the most, death, is not what we think it is. Welcome to chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita, the chapter where wisdom begins. In chapter 1, we witnessed Arjun's despair. Standing between the two armies at Kurukshetra, he witnessed not enemies but his teachers, relatives, and friends. The emotional weight, the emotional burden of this moment became too much for him to bear. He was overwhelmed. His hands started trembling, and he told Krishna that he could not continue. But in chapter 2, Krishna starts speaking, and the first thing he does is challenge Arjun's understanding of who he really is. He tells Arjun something surprising. He says that this grief, this emotional collapse, is coming because of a misunderstanding. Arjun is grieving for people as if their existence will end with the destruction of their body. But Krishna explains that what we truly are cannot be destroyed. Krishna then starts explaining about the nature of the soul. And one of the most important shlokas of the Bhagavad Gita comes from this chapter. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयो अजो नित्यशाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. Meaning, the soul is never born and never dies. It has not come into being, nor will it cease to exist. It is eternal, everlasting, and ancient. And when the body is destroyed, the soul is not destroyed. Krishna asks Arjun to shift his identity a bit. Most of us relate to our identity as connected to or in connection to our body, to the roles, relationships of our body, to the titles given to our body. But the soul or who we truly are is something deeper. The soul or the consciousness that observes everything is not the same as the body or the titles or the relationships that are attached to it. The body changes throughout life. Our thoughts change, our circumstances change, but the consciousness that observes all of these changes remains the same. To make this idea easier to understand, Krishna gives a simple but powerful metaphor. Just as we discard the old clothes that are worn out, the body gets discarded by the soul, very similarly to how we would discard and change into new clothes. When the clothes become worn out or damaged, we change them, but the person changing them remains the same. The soul remains the same. It is eternal and everlasting. Krishna uses this metaphor to help Arjun understand that death is not the end of the self. It is simply a transition. After explaining the nature of the self, Krishna brings back the conversation, back to Arjun's current situation. Arjun still has a duty to fulfill. He's a warrior, and the battle before him is not something that he can simply walk away from. So, Krishna here introduces one of the central teachings of the Bhagavad Gita that we must act according to our Dharma. I repeat, we must act according to our Dharma, but we should not be attached to the results or outcome of our actions. In other words, we do what is right because it is right, not because we are guaranteed a certain result. This teaching becomes the foundation of what we call the Karma Yoga, the path of action without attachment. Even today, a lot of us face our own versions of Arjun's battlefield. There are moments in life where we know what is the right thing to do, but we hesitate. We hesitate because of what might happen. We worry about failure, about judgment. We worry about losing something important. Krishna's teachings reminds us that we do not control every outcome in the world, but what we do control is our own actions. And when our actions are aligned with our own values and purpose, we can move forward with clarity. By the end of the chapter 2, Krishna has introduced several powerful ideas. The soul is eternal, the body is temporary, and the path of wisdom involves acting without attachment to results. But this raises an important question. If detachment is the path to wisdom, then why act at all? Why not withdraw from action completely? That question leads us directly into chapter 3, where Krishna explains the path of Karma Yoga, the path of action without attachment. If this reflection resonated with you, let me know in the comments what part of Krishna's teaching resonated the most with you. If you would like to continue the journey into chapter 3, please do not forget to subscribe so that you are notified when I upload chapter 3 explanation. In the next episode, we will explore why action is unavoidable and how our daily action or our daily life can become a part of our spiritual path. I'll see you in chapter 3.